At the time of this recording, we have 4 hours left of the 5-year anniversary collection event of Bloons Tower Defense 6. And what I want to do in order to knock off this celebration is, can we get a 2 Megapops with Gwendolyn? Spawn a submarine down so we can get some early pops in the early game in order to save up money for Gwendolyn herself. And then round 9, place down the wondrous mistress with the horrific tendencies to spew fire. Get yourself some twin guns for your survivability. We're going to go straight for submersion support for some early camo decamification. Place Gwendolyn's cocktail in the middle of the small square. The cocktails themselves have enough of a effect radius so that anything within this small square is going to get incinerated. Around you should be able to get submersion support, but we're going to keep it unsubmerged for now because right now Gwendolyn is a little weak on the firepower side, so she's going to need that little bit of support when it comes to these sort of things. Get some Alchemist on round 19, and then we're going to go up to a 400 Alchemist in order to strengthen a few attributes on Gwendolyn. And already we're having a few issues. I should unsubmerge my submarine so they can pop stuff. Unsubmerge it, and then it will be able to help us out in the short term when it comes to these sort of things. We could actually, let's use the cocktail rather than rely on the sub. There we go. So we're going to go to Berserker Brew, and then it will be strongest stimulant time, but we're not going to go Perma-Brew. I feel like for this specific hero, the Perma-Brew is not going to be as useful as, let's say, if it is on Sorda or if it's on Adora. It's just because its attacks, its main power lies from lingering burn damage, and the lingering burn damage is not stacked up in damage by the Alchemist. It's only its primary attack that is benefited from it, not the lingering burn damage. Also, I put Gwen on last rather than, let's say, first or strong for the time being, because what I feel is she's got quite a lot of PS with her attack, so if we're always shooting in a straight line, we're able to affect as many balloons as possible. Purples, unsubmerged, submarine, this is your time to shine, and then submerge back into the depths again. So stronger stimulant time there is, and we're going to leave the Alchemist alone for the rest of this game. Also, another thing about Perma-Brew nowadays increases the range in which the Perma-Brew can affect other towers, but also be able to attack as well. And I feel like the increased range is going to be the difference between us getting 2 Megapops and not getting 2 Megapops. Deploy a village on round 35, and we're going to work our way up towards a MIB with jungle drums. I don't feel like there's any point going bottom path here just to make our towers cheaper, simply because the towers which we're going to place nearby is not going to warrant needing that. Okay, so I think cocktail is handy here, so just look at all those. As soon as it enters a small square, they just get instantly charred, which is exactly why we place the cocktail cursor within the small square. Yes, the center point of the cocktail is not on the track, but it's going to do enough damage to where being here is best rather than, let's say, on this corner here or this corner here or this corner here. Don't really want on that corner, because then it's only going to interact with the balloons once. Round 39, we're going to save our cocktail of fire for round 40 because we're going to need the extra damage from the ability. You entered our radius, and now you are excellent. That was quite easy, but it will make us all the way around if we don't use the ability then and there, or at a similar position on the map. Round 45 is when there's going to be purple snakes, but that's also going to be round in which we're going to be able to afford the MIB in this scenario. Round 45 is here, and we're going to put down the MIB. Now we do not need to unsubmerge the submarine anymore because of you pesky purple automatons. Not really automatons, but balloons have feelings, don't they? I'm sure they do. Do not stand a chance anymore, purple balloons. We have the right knowledge in order to defeat you. And any other purplings that will come from the entrance of this map. Fortified ceramics can be a big issue if they're all grouped up together. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to use it there, and the ability should be back in time for the first Moab of round 50. Let's see. Yeah, position on last. We'll be able to affect many more balloons this way. Don't have to worry about these regrow rainbows. Now let's clear this up. Deploy the ability down there. Excellent. We'll soon be having overclock, which will increase the attack speed of Gwendolyn, which will be very, very handy in our quest for 2 Megapops. A pretty standard setup, really, for 2 Megapops. For a tower, which you're looking for 2 Megapops, but doesn't have camo detection means. Submersion support, overclock, and stronger stimulant, which could also lead to perma. Ooh, this could be a little bit interesting. We'll be able to pop these. Yeah, undoubtedly. Sometimes they can be worrying though, especially if they're like a pink balloon on the later rounds, because from round 81 onwards, balloons and blimps, so Moab class balloons, they get incrementally faster, and ceramics and Moabs get incrementally more healthier as time goes on, or as rounds goes on. So you want to look out for that. Speed of pink balloons and also speed of DDTs are the most frightening ones to look out for, because remember, DDTs have the speed of pink balloons, the property of black balloons, and lead balloons. Oh, this is a little bit worrying. Maybe I need a cocktail for this particular moment.
One for you. One for you.
Okay, that saved our bacon there. I should really apply the overclock. Like, that would be very handy, sorry. So, DTs have the properties of black balloons, so immune to explosives. Lead balloons, so they're immune to sharp. Camo, so they're immune to most kind of towers that don't have camo detection means. So yeah, it has a whole bunch of properties, and also inside it has regrowth ceramics. So it has a whole bunch of properties that makes it very hard to take down. But its speed is also very frightening. Oh dear, the alchemist has already got 1100 pops. That's a little bit scary. I think it's any time that it hits a balloon and then it comes all the way down here, yeah. That's going to be quite frightening to say the least. So one of many things which I'm going to try and do in order to slow down the advance of balloons is our good old friend Relentless Glue. What I want to do is fill the entire map with Relentless Glues to stall the progress of lingering balloons as much as possible, so that we have as much time as possible in order to activate Gwendolyn's cocktail fires and firestorm abilities, because that's what I'm going to rely on a huge amount of damage from Gwendolyn. Not the main attack, but the lingering fire from her main attack and from her abilities. Abilities on Gwendolyn are very important, I feel.
Should we be scared?
I don't know, should we be scared? Not really. I think we can handle this, Gwendolyn. I think you and I can both handle this thing. Okay, mainly you, but I'm guiding you. I'm the one who casts your abilities. Tech boxes literally say that towers are going to go on strike because they're just going to activate abilities whenever they are ready in order to do so. Firestorm, just to cover up some of those zebra regrows. Okay, round 63 is coming up, but Gwendolyn is an expertise of dealing with clumped balloons. So, cocktail fire, you've done yourself justice there. Second lot, we're just going to have to try and wing it. Use the Relentless Glue to slow them down a little bit. Some of them will go down here, which I'm not a fan of. Stop popping balloons, Alchemist, please. Just buff up Gwen. I wish there was like an attack mode for the Alchemist so that it doesn't attack balloons. But then again, that is a horrifically specific situation there. I want it to be so that it's configured for the maximum effectiveness of 2 Megapops. So therefore, I'm going to ask Ninja Kiwi to implement an attack mode to where you can switch the attack mode on and off, or just have it on pure support. So, yeah. Implement it. Not really, though. That's a bit too selfish. The only spots I'm not going to place Relentless Glues is anywhere near the Alchemist, because I don't want the Alchemist to divert its attention away from Gwendolyn when it comes to buffs. In these later rounds, you might have to change Gwen's targeting from last to first, just simply because of any lingering balloons that might pop out from this main square here. But not to worry, sometimes the fire from Gwen and the potions of the alchemist may sometimes be able to deal with the lingering balloons. But do not count on them though. Make sure to try and damage them and destroy them all within this small vicinity of the map. This is why I love Resort so much, because of these two squares here. You can pinpoint and focus all of your damage around this square. Cocktail fire down now, so that all of these are affected by the cocktail fire, as well as Gwendolyn's main attack herself. Hoping to conserve my firestorm ability for around 76. But that is a big hope to ask for, because 75 is quite bulky when it comes to all this. So use our cocktail while these two clumped together BFBs were within the vicinity. Let's see, around 76, and just burn them all. Also, by the time they try and start regrowing, they're within the vicinity of the MIB, which means no regrow, which is lovely. Round 78, like round 76, another grueling round for ceramics. But hey, we've got one of the best heroes to deal with a huge number of abominations coming our way. Now, we can use this cocktail with the BFB and simultaneously when the second big bunch of ceramics come in for the round. So there we go. And we'll deal with those ceramics incredibly easily while also dealing with the BFBs easily. Or BFB, sorry. So it's a 2-in-1 job, really. Round 79 is very interesting. I think I'm going to use a Firestorm when the second fortified BFB comes out, but that's also when the regrow rainbows also end as well. Let's see, overclock that. There we go. Now we can get some damage out, and also because of how slow these are going, we'll be able to Firestorm back around 80 for ZMGs, which are, by the way, one of the best towers to have on the field if you are literally waiting for abilities to recharge because of how slow they are. Right, this is adjourned somewhat. There we go. Excellent. Round 80 is here. Now then,
should we be scared?
You say the same thing for the BFB as you do with the ZOMG. Whereas a lot of other heroes say stuff differently depending on the status of the Moab itself. So we're going to place one there. Just one there. And then we got ourselves 5 relentless glues with glue splatter, in the hopes of affecting as many balloons as possible, and when they're popped, they will stun nearby nearby balloons, not nearby towers. That would be horrible, actually. You know, when relentless glued balloons get popped, it stuns nearby towers. We don't need another sort of vortex-like ability on the field here, thank you very much. But the ZMG is slowly going down. When it goes down to... Actually, we're just going to use it now.
One for you.
Let's see. Yep, there they are. And... we'll use it now, actually. It'll be good to use it now. And... they are... dealt with.
Yes?
Oh, I should have prioritized first there because of the alchemist damage. Also because of the fact that we're heating up the alchemist, like that might also be a negative thing to have. So I'm actually even contemplating altogether to not have the alchemist, like do a second run, but not have the alchemist and see where we go from there, because I'm just thinking about the main source of her power, and it's not from her primary attack, it's the aftermath of her primary attacks when the balloons get burnt. But this also lies in her ability as well, so I am thinking if we actually need the additional like attack speed and damage and stuff like that. Like, damage is very important, but at the same time we're also enabling it to do more damage against balloons, especially with the likes of leads, which is what Gwendolyn especially specializes in. Additional damage to lead balloons. So yeah, I wish Gwendolyn did not heat up the alchemist. What's really useful about the submersion support, it was able to decamoufly DDTs. So if DDTs ever made their way around to the bottom of the track and to the left, it will mean that this particular glue gunner can then glue with DDTs. That's the aim of it anyways. To glue those that come out first and be able to glue those that escape from down here and to the left over there. Let's see, doing quite well. Yeah, we switched to burst, but I think I'm going to have that for the majority of the late game. 82. Another cocktail of fire for the middle there. Like, it's doing heaps of damage. Like, if we place it up here, it wouldn't be able to affect the balloons and blimps that make their way to the bottom right of the map, or this square here. Let's see. These ceramics have made their way over here, but Relentless Glue is coming to work. These are one of the best changes made to this particular tower, removing the fact that it spawns globs on the track, but enabling it so that when the glued balloons are popped, they get stunned, or they stun nearby balloons. So that's great, actually. One of the best things ever. It's good for stalling, and that's what we need in order to witness the full power of Gwendolyn, in order for as much time to transpire and for as many abilities to be shared among the battlefield as possible. So around 83. What am I thinking of now? I'm thinking of a particular absolute zero with permafrost. So we're going to do that. We're not going to activate the ability just yet at all. We don't want to just use it at any point in time. We just want to use it if we feel it is absolutely necessary. We're going to switch it to last, actually. I feel like this here is a good opportunity to affect as many of these mobs as possible. Let's see now. And I say that a lot. Let's see now. Let's see. They are about to be dealt with. So now, Firestorm. Yeah, we'll go with Firestorm. Like, Firestorm would be much more powerful later on when it gets to level 16 and level 20. Which will be very key, actually, against the BAD, which spells bad. We'll get absolute zero. That's also going to help with any retreating balloons down here, but we just don't want it to get too many pops. That's my only worry. Hopefully it does not get too many pops. And actually, absolute zeros are not what you would call great for getting pops. Good for support, but not for getting pops. And also, I'm going to make my way up now to a Moab Eliminator. And then once we get the Moab Eliminator, we'll spend the remaining money on more Relentless Glues around the track, really. Stalling is key. And I don't fancy helicopters because of the amount of money that you spend on them. Like, it's ironic because I just spent a whole amount of money on absolute zero, but you get what I mean. First Steel G is about to be brought down. Cocktail of fire there. Okay, there we go. That's good. Excellent. Oh, that's on 6,000 pops. Would you stop heating up the alchemist? You're providing it with means of being able to pop more. And that's not good. Like, I am seriously debating not even having the perma-brew or the strongest stimulant on the field, just because of the amount of pops it steals from us. This, okay, that's really interesting. Oh, it's because it can't pop zebras by default. Aha, that's okay. But yeah, this is keeping them stalled, which is nice. Let's see. Yeah, we'll use the Firestorm while they're over here. Like, it is a global ability, so that is excellent. Activate a cocktail. We'll activate it now, actually, so that every single one of these BFBs are within the vicinity of a cocktail of fire. It is really good for cocktail of fire if you position it well. Let's see, they're on first, so this is brilliant, actually. Not many have escaped down here, which is kind of the point of these Relentless Glues, so they don't all just escape down here. Oh, but some of them are. Let's do some Firestorm. Let's not waste our time with this shenanigan. And, oh, actually, this is excellent because we can use these to be able to get back our Firestorm ability for the next round. And Relentless Glue. Stalling is key. We need as much stalling as possible. Also, because of the permafrost, these are slowed down for a good amount of time. I don't think it is a permanent secondary effect. I think it does last for a little bit of time, but it's not permanent, the permafrost. Even though it says in the name permafrost, balloons move slowly even after thawing out. I don't think that effect is for forever, though. Like, sometimes you can notice balloons moving more after a bit of time, but I might be wrong about that theory. Let me know down in the comment sections below. Like, some of you are much more intuitive with the knowledge of this game than I am. I'm just one person from ye old UK, just having a nice time with this game and trying to see how powerful I can make each of these like tier 5 towers or level 20 heroes and just see where we go from there. But also like doing like these weird challenges like the all Paragons level 100 solo and stuff like that. Like I'm here for the wildness of it all, but I'm not what you call a good player at the game, considering I've only completed chimps on beginner maps and some intermediate maps. Like I have not touched advanced maps or expert maps because I know that I don't have the capacity to know what to do then and there. Like I don't know what towers to spawn in at any given round. Like it is an incredibly cryptic scenario, but that's what makes this game so good. It is for all different kinds of skill gaps. So if you're not that good at a game, then you can stick to easier maps like, let's say with this one for example, or Monkey Meadow or Logs. But then at the other end of the scale you have chimps mode on Ravine. I don't like the map Ravine. Its layout makes it so counterintuitive when it comes to deploying towers and stuff like that. Like I hate that map with a vengeance. Not for its scenery, but for the tower placements and stuff like that. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Permanently stalling and slowing them down. Oh, but the amount of pops it's getting could be a little bit terrifying. We might need to pop this down a bit earlier, actually. And somehow this is getting pops, which I'm not a huge fan of. Let's see. That's making its way here. Yeah, these are very slow, which is what we want them to be. We want them to be slow. But this is getting a few too many pops for my liking. Oh, that's 9,000 already. I kind of wanted to save the majority of the reserve pops from the Moab Eliminator, just so we can get some damage on the bat itself. But we cannot win them all. But at least these Relentless Blues are solid. We're nearly at around 90 where the DDTs will first appear. Put the other clock on there so it continues to fire as much as it can. Just keep at it with the fortified BFBs. Drop down the cocktail when they are all within the range of this small square. Let's see, now that that's there. Excellent. Ooh, this is a little nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there probably are benefits to having the perma-brew, but I think her abilities and the lingering damage is where the majority of her power lies. Oh, a lone pink balloon there. So, do the firestorm to hold them as much as we can, but yeah, that's slowly climbing when it comes to pops. I'm not liking that, but I may prefer it for the perma-brew. Like, you can pursue the refreeze, but we don't want them there for forever. And the permafrost is what we're really after when we cast the ability, as well as the temporary freezage of all balloons. Let's see now. There's zebra balloons. I'm more worried about pink balloons than zebra balloons, to be honest.
Should we be scared?
Yeah, we should be a little scared, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. We should be a little bit on the cautious side. Let's see how much damage. Oh, 4,000. Oh, 18,000. Okay, that doesn't do a huge amount of damage. I quite like that. Stallage is key. Fire the storm. Oh, they're getting a little bit far along the track here. Let's just go to last for just a little bit. Yeah, I'm really thinking about starting this again and not having the alchemist, because I don't think it is absolutely necessary. See. Oh, some of them making their way up to the top, but we are doing just fine. Ooh, a mob is making its way all the way over here, but we are dealing with that just fine. Firestorm for some of these ceramics down here so that the ice tower does not hog all of the pops. Oh, I was actually really scared and thinking that some of these were actually on the last part of the track here. Oh, dearie me. Yep, store those so that we'd be able to get our Firestorm back around for 95. Let's see, around 95. We'll go with last, just for a moment. And then once the ETs come around here, then we'll make some quick light work of them. Let's see. Deploy the cocktails as late as possible. Yeah, when that gets to there, really. Firestorm. Oh, I should have used that later on, actually. If a bunch of DTs make their way down here, then I think we should restart this round. Okay. Stored a few of that for the time being, but I'm not confident about my hopes here. Yeah, I'm going to restart the round. You know what? We're going to make the small sacrifice. I think we're going to need it. Spend 980 for that. And then we will be up and running. Actually, we're nearly there for the mobile animator, so that's good. And then spend the remaining money on more relentless clues. So yeah, invest in level 19 so get that a bit more firepower. Let's see. Fire down there. And then once all the DDTs are on the field, actually we're going to use the absolute zero again so that more DDTs can spawn on the track. And then once all the DDTs are spawned on the track, then we use the Firestorm. But they're still making it very far. I'm a little worried about that because the ETs, they are relentless in numbers. I'm going to hold on for a moment and see where we go from here. Let's see. No, I'm not risking that. I'm not risking that. Even if we get like ceramics at the very end here and relentless glue works, I feel like they're still too far on the track. BDTs, activate that, and then we're gonna use absolute zero first and then Firestorm once they are all on the track. I'm gonna use them once they're all on the track, but they are getting really far. Not a fan of. Okay, and then we're going to use Firestorm. We're going to use both extremes of temperatures to our advantage here. And then from there. Okay, that I feel is. Yeah, that's much better. None of the DDTs have managed to make their way here. So combine Absolute Zero with Firestorm, and then we're good to go. 1.3. Okay, that's 20,000. Oh, I am not confident for around 100 because I would like to use 3 mobile animators, but even that's got 1,000. We might only have to use 2 animators at the very most. 21, 27. First. Oh gosh, some of these ceramics are making it very far. I'm not happy if I see even the slightest sign of a ceramic appearing on the left side of the right side of the ZMGs, but we have it first and Gwendolyn is targeting these, so there's nothing within the shadows of the ZMG so far. And these relentless clues are an absolute blessing. Keeping them stored, letting the fire enabling the popping of some of these balloons, and then that fire enabling the stunish because of the relentless glues. Look, what's going to get me hurt is not you getting 2 Megapops by the end of this video, okay? Because I am sure goddamn adamant of finishing what SJB has started. Ooh, these are getting quite close. Very close. 90. Oh, cocktailified down. Just like our own aura of fire here, which is nice. I'm still wondering if Pomeroy would have been a better option than all of these, but there's too many complications involved in A2 Megapops, especially with a tower that is ability reliant like Gwendolyn is.
Yeah.
Let's go into town. We'll be able to get the level 20 at around 98. Let's do that. Then we do Firestorm, since it takes a long time to be able to get them back. Yeah, it does +1 damage because of a heated up. Like, that's not cool. You should only have about 2/3 of your overall pots. Put down another cocktail of fire. Hopefully these will be out of their ZMG status soon. But oh gosh, this is really bad actually. I'm not too sure what to do here really. Like, these are still pretty tanky. Cocktail of fire here. We're going to need to grind these first lot down. Firestorm. Let's see. That's going to go to town and store them as much as we can. Yeah, it's good that these can't actually pop these, but they will pop any merbs along the way. Okay, yeah, they're down to that layer, which is good. We'll need them over here as soon as we can. If we have to, we're going to use the absolute zero. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to use absolute zero here. Store them as much as possible. Cocktail there. I'm starting to... there's too much going on in my head right now. There we go. Now, Firestorm will be at its full power. So we're going to use it early. Just to damage these first lot of balloons as much as possible. Then we're going to pair Absolute Zero with Firestorm later on and see where we go from there. I'm going to switch to last just for the time being. See, that's good. Popping down those initial few, but we're still making it so far on the track. That's really frightening. Absolute Zero now. Overclock now. I prefer to pair Absolute Zero with Firestorm, but I don't think we're going to be able to make that work. Cocktail down. Firestorm again. But this might require a restart of the round and be able to incredibly micromanage this like if it was with the balloon incineration.
Well, hello.
I'm scared. Like we've still got 300,000 pops to do. 25,000, 34,000. Oh my... Wait. I don't think this is possible. I feel I'm going to need to completely restart this because these are getting too many pops. And,
Is someone napping?
well, okay. I was napping actually because I was out of focus there. I feel like we should not get Absolute Zero this early on. We should get Perma-Brew just for a bit more firepower from an initial attack. Because I feel like now her initial attack is more poor than I'm making it out to be. This is so irritating. The Alchemist is honestly the worst thing in this scenario. It keeps getting too many pops. We wouldn't have got anyways. The Mob Assassins and the Alchemists keep getting too many bloody pops. Oh, that bad layer is just so much to take down. This is too late for me in the day to continue, so we're going to pick this up another day. And unfortunately, we won't be able to complete this challenge within the collection event. Day 2, I hope, will be successful of this adventure. Post-editing flare balloons here. I realised that from this initial run, or initial runs, that I have to kind of rethink my strategy in order to try and minimize the amount of pops in which the Alchemist gets throughout the entire run. Even if it's like 1,000, 2,000 or even 3,000, if not even more that we can shave off, the better that we can perform. So what I want to do is, the first hurdle is ensuring that we can go through round 40 without needing the Alchemist. And then from there, trying to fathom out how to perform the other rounds to go to as late of a round as possible before placing down the Alchemist itself in order to buff Gwendolyn. Because I realised that without the Perma-Brew, we're not going to be able to get to the goal itself, but we cannot place it down too early because of the fact that it steals too many pops. So what way can we do that? Well, I discovered when trying to rethink my strategy that by spending just over 1,000 on airburst darts on our submerged support submarine, we're able to get enough firepower down on round 40 so that we'll be able to actually pop the first Moab and then allow a cocktail of fire and Gwendolyn to then do the rest of the job from there. So that's the first thing that we managed to accomplish there. Now, throughout between rounds 6 and 40, you can have it so that the submarine, when purchasing submersion support, you don't necessarily require twin guns off the bat. And when it comes to submersion support, I would say save up to 1220 money first, and then go from 000 to 3000. This just so that means you're able to get Gwendolyn to a point where she is able to get a few more pops. And perhaps those few more pops will make the difference between success and failure. Now, whether or not at the end of this video I succeed or not will be up for you to enable to review for yourself in order to actually, see the outcome. I really want to complete this because I feel in my heart that Gwendolyn has the capacity to perform 2 Megapops. It just comes down to very careful ability timing so that you're able to, succeed in this, because her abilities are what's going to be key in order to succeed in this. But also, when you submerge and support, there's a lot of times in which Gwendolyn can handle on her own before she's able to get level 6, where her attacks are able to perform the burn effect, so that even when the balloon survives an attack, it's still able to burn, and it burns for quite a long time. So you can place Gwendolyn on last, and even when balloons get past her, she is still able to fire them again when they go around one of the squares. But she has always been able to pop as many balloon layers as possible, and then from those layers the burn effect comes into effect. So that's one of the things in which why I most of the time have her on last, because the burn effect is really powerful, and if you can rely on that burn effect, you can essentially just get through the early rounds while not having that burn effect in place by using her cocktail of fire whenever the balloons are able to get past not the biggest rectangle or the biggest rectangle square, but the middlemost one. And as soon as they go on the top right of the map, when they're just about to enter the biggest square, biggest rectangle, then you use the cocktail of fire in order to stop the fastest ones and able to end the round. That's sort of the early game strategy, but you're also going to be relying on cocktail of fire, obviously, for those Moabs, for those BFBs, for those ZMGs. The cocktail of fire placement, I feel, only works on Resort because of that small square and for the fact that they rotate around it so many times. So there's a lot of opportunities in order to ensure that cocktail of fire does as much damage as possible. Now, by round 82, I was not able to go through the rounds without needing the alchemist down. But also before that, I was able to get an overclock just before round 50 started. So I'm hoping that the following clips shown after my initial defeats are able to provide some kind of help if you're looking to do this for yourself. If you want me to provide a full tutorial on how to do this as best as you can, then please write down in the comment section below, and probably just give out a general guide on how to do the best that you can in order to achieve a 2 Megapop scenario, because these are tough, and Chimps mode is not designed so that you're able to get 2 million pops with one tower. It's designed so that you use all of your knowledge in which you have learned in your time playing Balloons Tower Defense 6. It's not something that you should just get right off the bat as soon as you are opened on day one when it comes to this game. Chimps is literally a mode in which tests your knowledge, because you are literally restricted to just the pops that you get and the end of round bonus. Thank you all so much for watching, and enjoy the finale. I managed to get the alchemist to spawn on round 82. Rather than round 40, in which I've been trying for so long in order to circumvent the need of the alchemist for as long as possible. We managed to shave off about 5,000 pops of the alchemist. 16,000, 18,000, around about 20,000. I think we can use 4 Merv assassins in order to shave off enough HP off the bad, and then we have done it. That's 1, Gonna use that since it's gonna use a little bit of time in order to do this.
Colors.
Thank you, Gwen. You do love the colors after all. Let's see. Mob Assassin. Come on now. 3. Okay, I think we can use one more and that's it. No more assassins. I mean, eliminators. Use that. Shut up. I need you to just focus on taking this down, please, and not worry about other things like that. Let's see. Snowstorm. Ready when the bad is popped. And also, the firestorm is ready when the bad is popped. It should be nearby now. Here we go. There we go. And then put that down. And then we've got 30,000 left for Gwen to do. And I think these two ZMGs should do it. But I'm not too sure if I should have used that cocktail later on within the match, or the round, sorry. That. So that's going to slow down the process of it escaping.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I've been trying this for so long. I got home at 2 p.m. from work today. All I gotta do is survive. And I would have done it. Gwen. 2 million pops. Let's use the firestorm. Let's see now. I don't care what happens. Yes. Finally done it with Gwen. I've been stuck on this for 2 days. Even if you put the regrows into account, it still would have been like 2 million too for Gwen. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. That was awesome. Yes.
Yes.
Finally done it. Thank you. And I have never got to do that again. I put myself on this challenge. I started when the collection event was about to end. Got shivers all over my body as well, actually. The cold snap snowstorm was there to slow down the Moabs so that the cocktail was able to incinerate them for long enough so they can be shredded down.
Well, hello.
Yes. I'm even more proud than when I did Prince of Darkness 2 Megapops. 15,000. Harder Gwen got 2,000,003 pops. So shave off the excess regrows and you get something like 2,000,002 or just below 2,000,002. That's it. That is the proudest 2 Megapops I have ever done. And I have avenged SJB on his unfortunality of not being able to do 2 Megapops with Gwen. But with the recent buffs to her on update 37, along with Relentless Glue, ability to stun popped balloons, or stun nearby balloons which have suffered the unfortunateness of a popped balloon nearby them when the Relentless Glue's glued property has been popped. Then yeah, and I think that's the only possibility that I could have done this is with Relentless Glue. Like, there's no other tool that I could have used in order to stun the balloons for enough time so that Gwen can do her magic. And what were we rewarded at the very end of all that? A beast sander, which I needed. So that is the icing on top of the cake. Thank you all so much for watching. That was the hardest 2 Megapops that I've ever done so far on the channel. And I think Gwen is the hardest 2 Megapops ever to do that is possible to do. Today has been a day for harder Gwen, or Gwen in general. Any of these, this video is for you. 2 Megapops with Gwen. Thank you so much for watching. And I think this is the first ever successful Gwen 2 Megapops ever. Unless someone can comment otherwise. Thank you so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everyone.